In the sheriff now, Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland, to talk more about this of Terrell County, Texas. Thank you for being with us. Under these circumstances, being threatened, being taunted online, what is the most concerning of the messages that you have received so far, Sheriff?
Hey, good morning, Marni, and thanks for having me back. I don't put a whole lot of worry. I'm pretty secure in my faith, and I've taken an oath, on 3 different occasions, first in the United States military, then as a U.S. Border Patrol agent, now as sheriff. So, I'm going to do what's right for our citizens, for our nation, and, regardless of what's thrown at us, you just got to chalk that up in the back of your mind and continue to do what you do.
I know you work in close proximity, one with the members of your own department, but have you coordinated with other sheriffs and other local law enforcement leaders? Are they receiving similar taunts and threats as you are?
No, ma'am, I hadn't had a lot of coordination with that. And again, usually if I get something like that, I may share with our local Border Patrol agents and again, within house here. But even when I was at the Border Patrol, there were times when we would receive information that the cartel would put out a hit for any Border Patrol agent, at various amounts. But again, typically it just comes with the territory. And again, we know that as law enforcement officers that, there are certain risks we have to take, and this is just one of them.
Has it changed, Sheriff, what you post and how you consider and prepare to post things online?
It has. And I always kind of despised social media, but when I took over sheriff, primarily I had to show that we had a problem here in Terrell County. Secondly, I wanted to highlight the good work that goes on by the United States Border Patrol agents here in Terrell County and along the U.S.-Mexico border. And then thirdly, how we all work together here at the sheriff's office, with the state, and then with our Border Patrol agents. But initially, I used to black out faces of the illegals we caught, and then I slowly quit doing that because so many people were reaching out about their family members or ones that had been lost or were missing. So, even though there's some disadvantages of it, there's also some advantages and actually gives people, a little peace of mind.
Right. It can be used for good. On the other side, though, used for bad. What are some of the tactics that those looking to do wrong, looking to get into the U.S. illegally, are taking advantage of? What are some things that you've been able to pick up on about their communication and what they're using this for?
Yes, ma'am. I would say, primarily just where we're active and where we're, focusing our efforts here in Terrell County. The way we're out looking for illegals, where we're making our stops, where we've had success, some of those routes of egress here in the county. So that, they use it as an intel tool to keep an eye on us, and then maybe utilize other routes where we may not have as heavy of a presence.
I know they're looking at your page. They're maybe listening to this interview right now. What is your message to anybody looking to illegally cross the border and put you and your law enforcement officers in danger?
Here in Terrell County, we're doing the best we can do. We've never had the cooperation when I was at the U.S. Border Patrol with the local sheriff's office, and I wanted to make sure when I took over as sheriff that I was that partner that the Border Patrol needs. It takes us all here along the border, to include the state folks that are helping us. But if you cross here in Terrell County, and you're a smuggler, we're going to prosecute you. If you're an illegal alien, we're going to do our best to catch you. And if you're someone in harm's way, we're going to do our best to rescue you. So we're here to just serve our community and the state of Texas.
The former President Trump will be in Michigan and Wisconsin talking about the issue at the border. The issue at the border will be a huge topic for Americans as they head to the polls in November. How does this help push the conversation forward? Specifically, he is concerned about recent violent crime committed allegedly by illegal immigrants who have come into the U.S.
And it should be the most important topic for Americans when they get out to the polls. Again, I spent a lifetime on this border, in this community, other than my time stationed at other parts of the United States-Mexico border. What we've seen over the last 3 years is unlike any other time in history along this border. So Americans need to take notice to that, and they need to get out, and they need to vote, and they need to make sure we're putting someone in the White House that actually has America's borders first and foremost for us all.
Yeah, well, I know you're committed to the border and to keeping your community and so many others safe, and you're always very generous with your time. Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland, thank you.